you'll see that I've taken the regular foot off, I've threaded the machine up, I've brought up the bobbin thread, the needle is threaded, but I haven't yet put on the edging foot because the thread has to go through this hole, and it's easier if you put the thread through that hole before you attach the foot. So I'll do that now. So the thread is now through the hole and I can attach the foot. I'll just have to make sure it doesn't get caught as I do so. I'm going to attach the red and the orange material edge to edge, and the orange on the right will be on the top. Now to do that, it's going to be fed through the grooves as shown in the photograph, and the red is going to be fed through first through number 2, and the orange is going to be fed through second through number 3. Both pieces are now fed through the grooves. The presser foot is now down and I'll start to sew. And when doing so, it's important to hold the material so that they are both right up to the edge of their grooves. So hold them gently in place and start to sew. I've come to the end of that line of stitching, and you can see that the stitching is right at the edge of the orange material on the top, and also right at the edge of the red material on the bottom. This time I will do it so that the red comes out on top, and for that I'm going to feed the orange through groove number 3 and the red through number 4. So the material is now through the grooves as shown in the photograph, and I'm going to sew. So I'm just coming to the end of the line of stitching, and you can see the stitching is right at the edge of the red, and on the underneath it's right at the edge of the orange. This time I am adding trim to an edge, which is what you could do at a neckline, and this time the red material is going through number 2 and the trim is going through number 4 as shown on the photograph. So now I'll start sewing. So just another inch to go, and the stitching is right at the edge, and on the back you can see how close to the edge it is. This time the red is going through groove number 3 and the trim through number 4, and you'll see that it will come out hanging from the bottom like hemline trim. Okay, start sewing. Just an inch to go. And the trim is at the edge, as you can see from the back. And finally, to add this ribbon at the edge of the pink is in number 4, and the narrow red ribbon is going through the groove here. Okay, just an inch to go, and what I've done with the ribbon is I've held it right over to the right hand side all the way. And here is the ribbon attached to the edge, nice and evenly. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing what can be done with this foot. It's very useful for giving a nice finished professional look to dressmaking projects.